electronics and everything. Before control is the next one. For control, and the only thing is make sure that it can hit the objective can be hit. Okay, so you have an emergency mushroom here, so if you feel that it is hitting anytime when you're doing angle of incidence or something, just press this, whole thing shuts down, then you have to start everything again. Okay, so whether I have to do this, I just say yes, so automatically everything starts indexing pura. That means it will, the whole thing will move like this, and the next objective will come forward and go back. सब automatically हो जाएगा. Here you have to call me and tell me there is an error here, then we can have a look at it. Okay, so all are green, so that means everything is fine. Green where you have a module, so you just say register. Okay, sorry, register. Then here is I have given my name because I am operating. So what you have to do is I say login. You give your name, and it will say me. It will give an area where it is being logged. So I just click here. For example, here I am in others, whereas you can come here to user data E and IIT Mandi. Depends on which area you are in, under Satinder sir or someone else. Select that module and create your folder. Okay. Select. So for example, someone is in SCEE under Satinder sir. Click here and then create your own folder. You are the username, so create the folder, and then you say I am going to do here and select the folder. So I go back, I go to others. I am under AMC, I am listening to visit to, and today is the date. I do this, so all my data, whatever I am doing, will be dumped here. So what you have to do is, then I say open session. आप समझ गए? So you 500 nanometers selected. So compensator, polarizer, the laser is on at 2%, 0.2%, or it's 2%, and polarizer, compensator, angle of incidence is 50 degrees. By default it's 50. 30 degrees is the analyzer. Then I have to select my objective. मैंने objective select नहीं किया, इसलिए you have red light. Until I select my objective, it will not show me that. Okay. Models, we have liquid handling, then we have Lincoln temperature, this one. So I am not going to do anything, and this is a sample stage. So sample stage is this, and which can move. It's an automated sample stage. I can do, there is an XY pattern here. You can create your own pattern. For example, you have a large sample. You want to do the measurement at left, right, center, or 4 corners. Then you can tell the computer that I want to do this. You create your own pattern. It will measure the data and give you. Then you do the modeling and find out the thickness at each different positions. For example, a wafer complete measure karna. For anisotropic, you have 2 positions of refractive index. That means it will not be a simple n and k. It will be nx, ny, and z. Kx, ky, kz. That is the what is your. It will be these 2 positions, say 90, 180. This is the angle at which you are. When light penetrates here, at 90 degrees you have one refractive index, and the refractive index changes and comes to 180 degrees. So there is a shift. So you have to be, when you are doing this, the only way to evaluate is you have to turn, you need to have a turntable, which we call it as a theta stage, which moves 360 degrees. So you have a sample here, you move this like this, or you can move it this way or the other way around, and you can select the positions, and it will tell you whether the sample is isotropic or anisotropic. For example, diamond sample, or you have a mica or sapphire. So these are all anisotropic, and you can tell in pixel size what is the change in Ri, X, Y, Z. Okay. From here we have several ones. One is nanochromat, which I said is the UV objective. I am not using it now. I can use 50x, 20x, now minus 10x. So it will ask me, please be careful or you will crash into the stage. So be careful, just say OK. So it comes closer to the stage. And be careful that when you're doing angle of incidence, now it is going to touch if I do an angle of incidence. So you have to uh, move the stage to the left, so that when I'm doing an angle of incidence, this will not touch here. Okay, that you have to make sure. Tomorrow don't call me and say लग गया तो पूरा 3,000 या it will be each objective cost around 3,000 euro and your monochromat cost 30,000 euro UV wala. So please be careful. And, very simple, right? Oh, so it's moving the other way around. Sorry. आपको दिख रहा है?
I can see.
Yeah, that's the align. So that's the reason why that fellow is struggling. It is not able to align. If I just push my sample, and you can see that it is changed. Okay. Okay, if you want to see that. Now, ठीक नहीं है. Then I have to put it on the sample. So that becomes very nice. So I just say auto adjust.
Pause करना नहीं आ सकती.
So it will automatically align and it becomes, this means my sample is perpendicular to the light, plane of light, sorry, perpendicular to the plane of light. Then only I'll get good measurements. Anytime you come, open it. Sorry. Okay, that is light, you can see that. If you want, I can show you. I can change the polarizer to see the light here. Okay, of doing, I can just say set focus and I'll get a light like this, and I can then I have to find do and now you can see still it is red. ये red है, I'll push it to the top. Okay, so you can see that everything is red. The reason is it says auto exposure missing ROI, region of interest is not created. So I have to create a region of interest. So I say okay, यहाँ जाके any shape you can click. You can click a circle. So I say I'll do this, or I can say I want to do this. Okay. Okay. Fine. So this is 3 region of interest. That is 0, 1, 2. 3 region of interest I can evaluate. I'm sorry. इसके बाद then now you see everything has become green. Then now we are looking at delta, standard RCE, a single point, and I'm not doing mapping, so I'll just switch off the mapping. It's a single zone, and I can also do a 2 zone which to have more accuracy, so I'll just go for single to make it faster. And then there is no cropping, nothing. So I'll just say there is an option for auto save, and there are graphs, maps and all, which I'll show you, come back to that. So when I say start, so it will now start measuring. So it will ask me what is the name I have to do. So what I do, okay, and again it goes up. So you can see here what's happening is here the polarizer and analyzer are kept constant. This is the RCE mode, which is a fast measurement mode. So that will give you, it will be changing the compensator and evaluating the null point and gives you delta inside automatically. Then select, but I'm not doing nulling, I'm just doing an RCE. So my data is there.